Hey internet. So Kingdom Hearts is about to come out and you've missed some of the games, or it's just been a while and you need a refresher. Well, I've got you covered. This is the Kingdom Hearts 3 Starter Pack. Kingdom Hearts 1. Ansem, Seeker of Darkness, unleashes the Heartless on the worlds, using the hearts of those worlds to open the way to Kingdom Hearts. Sora gets his Keyblade and defeats Ansem, who has possessed Riku, sealing the door to darkness while Mickey and Riku close it from the other side. Chain of Memories. Sora travels to Castle Oblivion, members of Organization XIII trying to wipe his memories using Naminé so that they can control him. Sora loses all his memories and is put to sleep to recover. Meanwhile, Ansem the Wise and Mickey lead Riku to the castle, where he struggles with the part of Ansem that's still inside him. Kingdom Hearts 2. Organization XIII gather the hearts Sora releases when he destroys the Heartless to make a new Kingdom Hearts to restore their own human forms. Sora's nobody returns to him so he can wake up, while Riku overcomes his darkness and gets a new Keyblade. They take on the organization together and earn themselves a short period of rest. 358 Days Over 2. A story cataloging the year Roxas spent in Organization XIII, where he became friends with Axel and Xion before the latter was destroyed and Roxas left, leading to the events of Kingdom Hearts 2. Birth by Sleep. A prequel set 10 years before the series, Terra, Aqua, and Ventus travel around the worlds fighting the Unversed while being manipulated by Master Xehanort, who wants to take Terra's body and use Ventus to create the weapon that can open Kingdom Hearts. Ends with Terra possessed, Ventus asleep, and Aqua lost in the Realm of Darkness. Recoded. Mickey uses a data version of Sora to investigate the journals of Sora's first two journeys to unlock their secrets, finding out that Sora will be able to bring everyone who is lost against Xehanort back. Dream Drop Distance. Sora and Riku take their Mark of Mastery exam, going into the Realm of Sleep to awaken some of the worlds that were never restored at the end of Kingdom Hearts 1, while Xehanort gets all the pieces in place for his final plan. Sora is captured but saved by Riku, who is declared a master. 0.2 Birth by Sleep, a fragmentary passage. A short game showing Aqua's journey through the Realm of Darkness and leading into the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 3. Union Cross. A mobile game whose story predates the entire series and is so wild and convoluted that even I have a hard time following it. It involves the beginnings of the original Keyblade War. Part of this was shown in the movie back cover as part of the 2.8 collection. The universe is split into two sides, the Realm of Light and the Realm of Darkness, with some border worlds in between. The Realm of Light is where most of Kingdom Hearts takes place. It used to be one world, but it was split into many worlds that are usually separated from each other, most not knowing the others exist. We've seen very little of the Realm of Darkness, but it is a sparse and dangerous place. Getting from one realm to the other requires some specific hard-to-find exits or using Corridors of Darkness, which allow you to basically teleport anywhere but are extremely dangerous without one of the black coats you see all over the series. Heartless are creatures naturally born in the Realm of Darkness or from the darkness in people's hearts, but during the story artificial Heartless are created and infest worlds all over the Realm of Light. Heartless take away people's hearts, turning them into Heartless too. If they reach a world's heart, they can devour it and the world will fall into darkness. Nobodies are what can be left behind when someone with a strong will loses their heart, a hollow shell that is neither part of the light nor the dark. Strong nobodies can retain their memories and personalities, and they can regrow their hearts eventually. If a person's Heartless and Nobody are both defeated, they will reform as a human. Unversed are monsters similar to Heartless but made from feelings of despair and anger. They were created by Vanitas. Dream Eaters reside in the Realm of Sleep, where worlds and people go when they dream or fall to darkness. Spirits are benevolent and help people while nightmares prey on them. In Kingdom Hearts, emotions are the greatest source of power. Hearts are therefore a big deal, and Kingdom Hearts is like the heart of all creation, the source of all light. It is said that if one gains control over Kingdom Hearts, they can ascend to a new level beyond humanity and create a new world, which is why people want to reach it. Kingdom Hearts was guarded by the original Keyblade, which people copied to create the Keyblades we have now. When Keyblade wielders fought over it, it shattered into 7 pieces of light and 13 of darkness, which is why you see those numbers recurring so often. Master Xehanort is the centerpiece of this story. He's a Keyblade wielder who believes that light should be in balance with darkness rather than defeating it, and so he embraces the darkness and seeks to create a new world where the two are in equilibrium. Xehanort is patient and cunning, and he is more than willing to accept failure as he always has a backup plan. He comes up with several different possible ways to open Kingdom Hearts and sets various plans into motion. He transferred his heart into the body of Terra, lost his memory, went kind of insane, and turned himself into a Heartless and a Nobody, Ansem and Xemnas, both of whom tried to create a Kingdom Hearts and were defeated by Sora. He reformed in his old body and embarked on his final quest using everything he's learned so far. His first plan used a heart of pure light and darkness fighting to recreate the Keyblade, while his second used 7 hearts of light and his third 13 hearts of darkness. Having seen the weaknesses in each approach, he has combined them. He will lead 13 Hearts of Darkness against 7 Hearts of Light in a new Keyblade war. He's assembling a group of those who are loyal to him and various versions of himself from throughout time, making them vessels for his own soul in order to have a group that is unfailingly loyal. When someone becomes a Seeker of Darkness, they get bright yellow eyes. This is an important visual marker for the bad guys. Terra, Aqua, and Ventus were 3 Keyblade students under Master Ericus, Xehanort's former best friend, about 10 years before Kingdom Hearts 1. Terra wanted to prove himself and was so eager to gain power that Xehanort was able to manipulate him into continually giving in to his darkness. Terra thought Xehanort was the only one who believed in him, but in fact Xehanort just wanted to take over his body because he was growing old. In the end, Terra did indeed have his body taken over, though there is still a part of him deep beneath the surface. Now that Xehanort has reformed in his original body, it's unknown where Terra's is. His armor also still kneels at the Keyblade graveyard, waiting to continue the battle. Aqua is a Keyblade master who is basically the most even-headed person in the entire series. She desperately tried to protect Terra and Ventus and keep the group together as they went their separate ways, and was the one to pick up the pieces when everything shattered. She sacrificed herself to save Terra from falling into the realm of darkness, falling in herself and wandering it alone for 10 years. When Mickey found her during the events of Kingdom Hearts 1, she chose to stay once again in order to save him and Riku, and is still down there now. Ventus was originally the apprentice of Master Xehanort, who split him into beings of pure light and pure dark, with the intention of having them fight and create a new Keyblade. Ventus and Vanitas, his dark half, did end up fighting, but he was saved by Aqua and Mickey. In the process though, his heart was damaged, and he took refuge in Sora's heart while his body went into a deep slumber. Aqua hid him in Castle Oblivion, where he'd be nearly impossible to find and where he still sleeps. Mickey Mouse was a devilish rascal who ended up leaving his world of Disney Town and finding the mage Yen Sid, becoming a Keyblade wielder. He traveled from world to world, meeting Aqua and Ventus and fighting against Xehanort. He eventually became king of Disney Town and was the first to discover how to go from world to world using gummy ships, as well as seeing that the worlds were falling to darkness. He went to the Realm of Darkness to get a second Keyblade from there in order to seal it off, and in the process became good friends with Riku, often working with him in the background during the rest of the series. Now he's the de facto leader of the Warriors of Light in the battle against Xehanort. Donald and Goofy are his court mage and knight respectively. Mickey's best friends for many years, they were sent to help the new Keyblade wielder and have been Sora's buds ever since. Riku, Sora, and Kairi grew up together on the Destiny Islands, with Kairi originally having come from Radiant Garden. Riku was desperate to get off the island and go to other worlds. He was given the ability to wield a Keyblade by Terra, but much like Terra, he gave in to his darkness and his Keyblade went to Sora instead. Riku was possessed by the heartless Ansem, Seeker of Darkness, and though he was freed, there was still a part of him inside Riku. After struggling with his actions for a long time, Riku accepted that he has both darkness and light within him, and has finally found balance. He became a Keyblade Master after saving Sora from Master Xehanort during their Mark of Mastery exam. He and Mickey are now going to the Realm of Darkness to try to rescue Aqua, who he has only just learned stayed there in order to save him during Kingdom Hearts 1. Sora is our main character, who made a promise to Aqua when he was a kid to save Riku if he ever fell to darkness. Inheriting Riku's Keyblade, he met up with Donald and Goofy and embarked on his adventures. Sora took the Keyblade Master test with Riku in order to unlock the power of awakening, so he could bring back all the people like Terra, Aqua, and Ventus, and the next trio we're going to talk about, that have met with bad endings against Xehanort. However, he was captured by the enemy and ended up losing most of his powers. The beginning of Kingdom Hearts 3 sees him setting off to get his mojo back so he can wake everyone up and save the worlds. Sora is unequivocally good-natured, always willing to help people. He is unaware that he has Ventus' heart inside his own, and though an otherwise ordinary boy, has an exceptionally strong heart that connects a great many people across many worlds. Kairi is the emotional core of this trio, the rock that grounds her two friends. Kairi is sweet but incredibly feisty and headstrong, and is also a princess of heart, meaning she has a heart of pure light, which has made her a target for the enemy in the past. She spent most of the first game with her heart hiding inside Sora's before he turned himself into a Heartless to save her. She in turn brought him back, cementing their connection. She goes looking for Sora and Riku in the second game and is taken captive by the organization, but ends up getting her own Keyblade and is now training with Lee under XIII. Axel, Roxas, and Xion are nobodies who worked for Organization XIII. They would get ice cream every day after their missions, which is why they're eating ice cream in basically every single appearance they have together. Axel was originally named Lee, and along with his best friend Isa infiltrated Organization XIII, intending to overthrow it. However, as Axel got closer to Roxas and Xion, he and Isa, now Saïx, grew further apart. Axel helped take out several of the organization members who were planning a coup, also making it easier for his own planned coup later on. He felt betrayed when Roxas left the organization, but ended up sacrificing himself to save Sora. Reformed as Lee, he went back to XIII and asked for Keyblade training, manifesting his own Keyblade and joining the good guys. Roxas is Sora's nobody, though because Kairi restored Sora's body, they're coexisting at the same time and neither could be complete. He was the linchpin of Organization XIII's plan since he could wield the Keyblade, but as time went on he started to mistrust the organization and eventually left it. He was captured by Riku and Ansem the Wise, who put him in a virtual town where he believed he was a normal boy with 3 friends from the real world, Hayner, Pence, and Olette. He went back to Sora willingly so that Sora's memories could be fully restored. Xion was an artificial nobody made from Sora's memories of Kairi. Her purpose was to be a backup to Roxas in case he defected or was defeated, so that the organization would still have a Keyblade wielder. She became friends with Roxas, developing more personality as the two of them and Axel became close, but she siphoned Roxas's power and made him weaker the stronger she got, as well as absorbing Sora's memories so he couldn't recover. Learning of her origins, she fell into despair, putting a heavy strain on the trio's friendship. The leader of the organization wanted her to absorb all of Sora's memories and Roxas's power, and Xion went along with the plan but truthfully wanted Roxas to defeat her to protect him, Sora, and the worlds. She faded away, and being made of memory, she was forgotten by everyone, though a sliver of the memory still remains in Roxas's, Axel's, and now Sora's heart. Naminé is Kairi's nobody, and because she was born when Kairi's heart was inside Sora, she's connected to him and has the power to change the memories of him and his friends. She was captured by the organization and forced to manipulate Sora, but when she was freed, she helped put his memories back together. She had to urge Xion and Roxas to return to Sora so he could wake up, and she got captured again along with Kairi, but they were able to escape and Naminé returned to her original, taking solace in a promise she and Roxas made to see each other again. Ansem the Wise was the ruler of Radiant Garden, and took in Xehanort in Terra's body when he lost his memory. He was a scientist who wanted to understand how darkness affects the human heart, but didn't value human life all that much. When Ansem caught his apprentices experimenting on humans, they banished him to the realm of darkness, where he languished for years thinking only of revenge. He helped guide Riku and Sora so they could take down the organization, but was eventually sent back to the realm of darkness where he's lost his memories and is awaiting rescue once more. XIII is a powerful mage who was a Keyblade master but gave up his Keyblade to increase his magic. He was Mickey's master and is now Kairi and Lee's. He guides the heroes on their various missions, using his powers and knowledge to help them figure out the best course of action. Riku Replica was a clone of Riku created by the organization to fight Sora. Naminé altered his memories to make him think he was the real Riku, and when he found out the truth, it sent him spiraling. He fought Riku and lost, finding peace with being his own person even if he was based on someone else, before fading away into the darkness. Vanitas is the dark part of Ventus's heart. Due to sharing a connection with Sora, he looks similar, but most of the time wears a dark helmet. Given his nature, he was full of hatred, especially for Ventus, who he saw as a more legitimate version of himself, but also weak and naive. He merged with Ventus but ended up being defeated by him with some help from Aqua and Mickey. Maleficent is an evil witch who Xehanort taught to control the Heartless so she could work on finding Kingdom Hearts for him. She was used by the Heartless Ansem and then promptly discarded, but she and her servant Pete have been working to rebuild her power ever since. She ended up helping Sora against Organization XIII because they were a common enemy, and Maleficent's new goal is to find the Book of Prophecies, which is said to foretell the future of all worlds. Organization XIII was a group of nobodies assembled by Xehanort's nobody, Xemnas, along with Xigbar, the nobody of Braig. Braig started working for Xehanort in exchange for the promise of a Keyblade, and helped get the rest of Ansem the Wise's apprentices on Xehanort's side. I did a whole video on Organization XIII which you can see by clicking up at the top right, but essentially they gathered strong nobodies claiming they could restore their hearts using Kingdom Hearts. In fact, their true goal was to use the 13 nobodies as empty vessels for Xehanort's essence. Unfortunately, the nobodies proved to have too much individuality left and started to regain their hearts, in addition of course to their members being defeated by Sora, Riku, and Axel. There are also some characters from the original Keyblade War whose actions seem to be affecting the present. This story is still being told in Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, so I'm only going to cover the most important one as a lot could change and we probably won't get real answers for a while. The Master of Masters is one of, if not the first Keyblade Master, who had 6 pupils he named the Foretellers. He had the power to see the future and wrote the Book of Prophecies we mentioned earlier, giving copies to 5 of his apprentices. The 6th, Luxu, he gave his Keyblade, in which he installed his eye so that he can continue to see events unfold, as well as a mysterious box. That Keyblade was eventually passed down to Xehanort. He manipulated the Foretellers into turning on each other, causing the Keyblade War, essentially ensuring the future that he saw would come to pass. How much influence he's had over the series remains to be seen, but we at least now know that he's been watching this entire time. So that's where we stand. Mickey and his 7 lights and Xehanort and his 13 darknesses will clash. Riku will try to rescue Aqua, and Sora will go from world to world restoring his powers and trying to awaken the sleeping heroes who have fallen. There's gonna be Disney characters, ridiculous anime action, maybe a dash of Final Fantasy, and of course the power of friendship is going to somehow win the day. It's gonna be a wild ride, so buckle up. Hopefully this gave you a good base to start from in playing Kingdom Hearts 3. There's a ton of lore for this series, but honestly I think I'll have a plenty good time just going into it and enjoying the ride. If you do want to learn more, there are plenty of places on YouTube to go more in depth. I have a real deep dive of about 2/3 of this series on my channel in a playlist which I'll link here. If you enjoyed this video and want to throw it a like or share it around, that would be really cool. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave them below, and I will see you soon.